Okay, so now we're going to look at a way where we can do this, add a special way to sort of add an updater called always redraw. That's going to do some of this stuff for us. So now I'm going to get rid of this stuff. I'm going to comment this stuff out for now. So number is going to be equal to always redraw. Okay, so notice what notice it's not anything dot always redraw. This just means always redraw is just a function that is in the Manim library. And here's the source for it. Here's the always redraw source. So it's going to, so always redraw is a function that takes in a function that takes in no arguments. So the parameter that we pass to always redraw, the thing that we pass there is going to be a function itself, and that function will not take in any parameters. That's what this is going here. So this is what gets passed in. Mob is going to be a func, and what this has to return, it has to return a mathematical object. Then it's going to add this updater to it, and then it's going to return the mathematical object. So what we get, we're going to put here a function that takes no arguments but returns a mobject, and then the always redraw function will return that mobject with an updater added to it. Okay, so I'm going to say always redraw, and I'm doing an inline function again, lambda, and it doesn't take any arguments. So now this is going to be, it's going to be a little bit different. So it's going to be decimal number. Okay, this is an object. Dot to edge. That's going to move it to the upper right. Dot set value, and the value is going to be tracker dot get value. And so when you run this, this should give us a thing up in the upper right hand corner that counts down like we want it to. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now we want to do something similar with the slopes here. So I'm going to copy and paste. So I want these slopes here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do. So now what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to paste this. Oops. I'm going to get rid of this stuff for now, so we can have a more streamlined understanding of what's going on here. Okay, so this is the slopes. Self.add number. Okay, the number is just there for just because we want to see it, not necessarily because it's something that we need. So we're going to do always redraw. Okay, and lambda. So we're going to do an inline function here, lambda, and I'm going to need to do, so let me kind of get this parentheses is going to close that always redraw, or no, sorry, this parentheses is going to close the slopes. So let me, sorry, it's going to close this, is going to close this subgroup, and then we'll have like this. No, why is it making me do that? I don't want it there. Okay. All right, so now x is going to be the value of the tracker. So x is going to be equal, no, sorry, x is going to stay still. X is going to be exactly, is going to stay. So x, the del x needs to be the value of the tracker. Like this. Okay, and so now if I've done everything correctly, like this is going to return a mathematical object that has an updater function to it that's going to change its value on, is going to change the value of dx and redraw it on every frame if I've done everything correctly, which, okay, maybe big if. So I put tracker, it needs to be tracker dot get value. Okay. Okay, and of course it's redrawing this every frame, so it's going to take a little bit for the scene to render. And the more value tracker things we have, the more things that get redrawn, the more this is going to have to happen. Okay, so graph. Look at that. That looks pretty cool, doesn't it? Okay, I think it looks pretty cool. Let's just watch it one more time. So notice this is much more smooth than what we had before, right? It's much more smooth than what we had before. Okay, so that is how we can do that is how we can do the main part of what I wanted to do. And then of course, if you want to set these to have different colors, if you want to have delta X or whatever, you can make those changes as well. Okay, so that is it for what I want to talk about in this video. In the next video, I'm going to talk about some other things that we can do here.